Hello, everybody. We are here. What are we doing? Well, let me turn this music down. Holy shit. Okay. There's that. Um, yes, as you can see, I've got a new avatar. And why is the mouth too sensitive? Wait a second. It's thinking I'm not. Hold on. I've got to adjust some of the settings on it. I did have it, better just before. Maybe the mouth open is too. Mouth open. How's that? Maybe like that? I had it when I was speaking before. Maybe. Oh, that's a lot better. Is that a bit? Mouth open, mouth smile. Ah, okay, there we go. See, when I'm talking, it opens a lot better now. It's actually, and also if you notice, so when I speak, so that's regular mouth open, right? And smile. I'm smiling. I really like that. I can finally smile in it. The smile, I didn't have a smile in my last one. And the eyebrows, yes, the eyebrows are different as well. As well as, I don't know, is the tracking on for the, yes, I can look up and down, like it does the up and down as well. I think I should make that more sensitive, because I love how I can look up and down now. I don't know, is the up and down on here? Let me see, where's the up and down? Hold on. Let's see. Mouth open, okay, IY. Eyeball Y, yep, that's correct. Let me see. I need to, what's my max value in it? Hold on, so my max value, up and down, yeah, so before, you know how you got the regular side to side? Well, the eyeball going, looking up and down, it also does that, so I'll show you. So in the thingy, where is it? Eyeball, is that it? So that's side to side, and then you got up and down. So it goes that, and that. Let me see, so the max is 1 and 0. Oh yeah, it's doing up and down. There we go, I think. I can't see because every time I look away from the camera, I can't. Every time I look away to do the up and down, I have to look. I have to look away from my screen, so I can't see what's doing it. That's funny. Also, I also added a feature. I'm not sure, it's not fully implemented yet. I also added a feature where I can make it so when the eyes are open too much, so it does that, and I'm surprised. So let's say the eyes are there. When it goes really surprised, like a surprised look when it's, so that's normal open, that's closed, normal open, and then surprised. So let's say I'm looking there. Oh, ah, so I have to figure out how to do that, though. I literally did this in the span of yesterday. I stopped editing a video just so I could create a better avatar, and do this, and I did it. Yay! It's a lot better now. God, when I first tried to create, so this was the third attempt of me trying to create a better avatar. The first two attempts, it looked so uncanny. The eyes were terrible. In the span of yesterday. Yeah, so it was like 3 o'clock, maybe 2, 3, 4 o'clock, something like that. And then I spent up until like 6, 7, 8 o'clock, something like that, to create the model. Or maybe it was like 1 o'clock or something, all the way to like 6 or 7. Don't do it. No! Brock. Okay. Oh, the mouth is better now as well. The mouth is also from a different tutorial site. Yes, I know. But, well, not fully. I actually distorted it and trimmed it and redid it for my own. Actually, it's like 50% of what it was. But I really like the mouth design now. As you know, I'm a terrible artist. Yeah, bro needs tutorials. Yes, I do. Well, even I'm even terrible at following tutorials. I'm terrible at everything. Art isn't my strong suit, except for maybe back when I first did it, and then I've had terrible skills afterwards. Yeah. But I'm really happy with this rendition. This is really nice. I really like this. This is actually based off my old model on YouTube. Now I have to exit to the other channel. Who cares? No, I'll show later. But yes, this model is really nice, and the mouth opens properly as well. And yeah, I like to smile. Yay, I can smile. well. It's really nice. This VTuber is really good. Oh, I'm also getting a new mic tomorrow. Ordered it from Amazon. Let's not accidentally dox me again. Well, I didn't actually dox me last time, but let's not accidentally do it almost again. I'm getting the... Okay, oh, wait. Okay, let me just bring up an image of it. Where is it? So we got... Let me view order. Please dox yourself, no. And since you got a lot of money, it's like you got tons to spend on a plane ticket, so please don't. Okay, let's see. Where is it? So we got this. Let me see. Open image in new tab. Copy the link. And, let's see. Okay, so, wait. Oh, I'm still on the screen. Okay. Wait, was I not showing you last time? Oh, I had the thing up. Well, basically, up and down. So not that. That's... Where is it? Why is it not showing Live 2D Cubism? What? Why isn't it showing any of these? Where's my main screen? Hold on. Display capture. Oh. Okay, so this is the new mic I'm getting. I didn't realize my display wasn't being captured. Okay, so what I meant by the up and down, so the eyeballs now go, so that's side to side, but now it goes up and down. Oh, wait, let me move this. So it can go up and down. You could have told me you couldn't see what I was talking about. So it now goes up and down, but as well as the side to side, but you got the up and down on that too. As well as the eyes can go surprised. So this is normal. This is closed. That's normal and surprised. So now I can like... What are you doing? I like this a lot. Also, yeah, but I haven't fully implemented the surprise thing yet. I'll have to figure out how to do that. But yeah, this is the mic I want to get, and I'll show you the mic I currently have. The HyperX Solocast. The mic I currently have is this one, I believe. Yes. Let's not accidentally click on that. Hold on. Hold on, let me just, in case, I don't know if it's going to show my address, please, okay, HyperX, I really want to get doxed, don't I? Fuck me. Okay, let's see, open image in new tab, let's do this again. Okay, but I'm fucking asking to be doxed, god damn it. And this is the mic I currently have. So this is the mic I'm getting, this is the mic I currently have. This one apparently is better for like sound and stuff, for like the background noise not being picked up, thankfully. Check Discord, I shall. Let's see. Sorry, no, I don't live in Sydney, that's not me. I don't live in Sydney. Yep, my address isn't on here, thank God. Don't know what that picture is from, but it's not me. Bruh. Let's see. Okay. Let's, close that. You thought you doxed me, didn't you? You thought you got my, thingy. You thought you got it. Get the flight to Sydney and drive. You know how big Sydney is? That doesn't even make sense. Sydney is like... I think that's the biggest Sydney in Sydney? Biggest Sydney in Australia? What? The biggest city in Australia. That doesn't really make sense. Also, I need to hide, where is it? I just realized I have these. Okay, there we go. Okay. Wait, I think I need to just move this to the side a bit. Where is it? VTube Studio, just move this over here. Okay. It's coming to... I love Amazon. Amazon, don't hide it, show... Don't hide it, show it. Why does that sound dirty, or am I just a retard? Okay. Okay. This bit, I probably should start the recording. Nope, not start streaming. No, 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 no. Not stop streaming. No, no, no. I almost stopped streaming. Whoopsies. Okay, so we got start recording. Okay. This video we have here is by Sydney Watson. The WNBA is completely collapsing. Now, apparently this is about how, you know, I'll just let Sydney speak. Let's let Sydney speak on her own. Actually, wait. Before we start this, I just realized I didn't adjust some settings in my, thingy. Hold on a second. Just didn't realize for a second. Where is it? We have... what am I looking for? Physics settings. Let's turn that to 0. That should be 8. That should be 8, I think, right? No, 6. So you don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just adjusting the model settings. So it doesn't... Okay, there we go. Let's try again. Let us try again. Lettuce? Let's eat some lettuce. What? Okay. Why is it saying it's loading? It's not loading, idiot. Okay. Try again. This video is by Sydney Watson. The NBA is completely collapsing. Now, this is apparently about, you know, let's just let Sydney explain it, and then we'll elaborate on that.
Shock horror. Our least favorite kind of people are crying again. Hi, my name is Sydney. Welcome back to hell. For most of you, I have to imagine this will be the one and only time that you care about—
No, I'm actually not reading a script. I just... That was done 2 times. I wasn't reading a script. I just wanted to do the exact same intro because I liked that intro. I'm very bad at remembering long things, so that was just a short intro.
Women's basketball. Also, considering the topic of this video, is this shirt on the nose? Yes, it is. Do I care? No, I don't. Actually, the last time I wore this shirt in a video, a bunch of women were like, where's that from? Where can I get one? This is mine. They're on my website. And the other thing, actually, you guys have been asking too, is people are like, where's this from? Because I wore this little guy in a video recently. This is also mine. These are my Hell Gondola shirts.
Okay, she's just talking about the shirts.
And,
okay, let's skip to
I genuinely up for women and the entire saga unfold. Many people want one. You'd actually have to commit to it, and then I would have to go ahead and get them made.
I know you love your shirts, but please
doing drop shipping. Anyway,
okay, thank you.
For those who are not familiar, there's an entire saga unfolding in the land of women's sports once again because, yes, you guessed correctly, a woman decided to stand up for women and female spaces. And that woman is now getting lambasted by other women because she doesn't support transgender people in female spaces. I genuinely thought we were done with all of this, but apparently not.
Yeah, okay, so with the whole transgender thing, right, I'm all for people, like, wanting to be another sex or whatever, or gender, because of what they think they are. I'm all fine with that as long as they're an adult. However, it's a different thing to where intruding on other people's spaces. So, in my eyes, if someone is a transgender woman, for example, women have fought for hundreds of years just to have their rights, just to have rights. Men who are biological men who want to go in women's spaces completely just gets rid of that, undoes all that history. And I feel way more strongly about a man who wants to transition to a woman than a woman transitioning to a man, simply because women have fought for so long just to have rights. And it's, in my eyes, it's not the exact same thing as a woman transitioning to a man than a man to a woman, because a man to a woman, a man is still biologically more powerful than a woman, and a man who is transitioning to a woman could easily, example, sports, right, what she's talking about, is in sports, a woman could very easily be overpowered by a man in the same sport, and that should just not be the case. Now, I'm all for being accepting of the people, but when it's intruding on other people's rights, that's a whole different conversation.
Cunningham, who many of you will probably know from this video, and honestly, this is where I'm at emotionally most of the time, recently got herself in hot water because she had the audacity to say that women and girls should be protected. The WNBA, the Women's Basketball League, has not backed her up, but instead actually attacked her, more or less. And things have gotten so silly that we now have a bunch of men saying that they will try out for the WNBA in April of 2027. Because I want all of you to have a full picture, I am going to tell you this story chronologically because from start to finish, this entire situation is so stupid. But if you do want to skip ahead to the most new information, that'll be towards the middle/end of this video, so I will forgive you if you do that. So all of this started back in 2022 when Sophie Cunningham retweeted a post made by a sports commentator at CBS. The post basically said that collegiate athletes deserve better, with reference to Leah Thomas, the trans-identified male who was participating in women's sports at the time, and women's swimming more specifically.
See, I've never understood that. How how woke has something gotten to the point where you're willing to take away the rights of the actual biological person, and treat the man the man who is a woman the same? Let me turn this music off for a sec. Wait a second. How have we gotten to the point where we take away a woman's ability to play a sport effectively when they could easily be overpowered by a person who was born a man? And how we've allowed them into the sports when women have fought for so long just to have their own faction in a sport? It's unreal.
Of course, people kicked off at Cunningham for this retweet, and she ended up tweeting something about peace and love and equality for all. Fast forward to June 2026, and ESPN published a profile story about Cunningham, where she more or less confirmed her position on men in women's sports. She said that while she's gotten a lot of unfair criticism about hating trans people, which she said that she's never actually spoken about, she does go on to say that she wants to protect girls in the locker room, and young girls shouldn't have to compete against males. This, of course, went about as well as you'd expect, and immediately she was getting called transphobic. I mean, who isn't at this point when you have these sort of people running around?
My baguette is almost ready to be...
If you don't know, this is Lily Tino. Hold on, let me just take off my coat. It is getting awfully hot in here. Hold on a second. Okay, much better. Let's continue. This mentally ill person, not because she's trans, but a whole nother reason. I hope Sydney will get into.
Turned into a ham sandwich. And there are two main ways that the chef, if that's what you want to call him, could turn this into this.
We had completely normal reactions to her, like this.
This jersey used to represent some...
No, I don't. What do you mean? Do you mean by VTuber? I can't take I'm talking about in real life, unknown.
When I respected as an athlete, today it represents something I can't support anymore. Sports have the power to bring people together, but when someone uses their platform to demonize or marginalize an already vulnerable community, I have to decide where I stand. So today I'm not burning a person, I'm burning my support. As a trans woman, I've spent years fighting just to exist authentically.
Yeah, and women have spent hundreds of years fighting so they could have their own faction in sports, and yet these people don't care. They don't care about women. People like me, we are the ones who actually care about women. We are the ones who want women to be safe. But these people who are pretending they aren't, I mean, I shouldn't say pretending they're women, but these people who want to become a woman when biologically they can't, like, if we're talking about factually, right? If we're talking biologically, you can't, well, at least not in our current stage of technology, you can't, in a literal sense, become a woman. Now, I would be all for this if we were at the stage of technology where we could change our molecular. If we could change our DNA to the fundamental core level and change every single bit of our DNA to a woman, I would be all for it. I really would. Because then there is no disadvantage. But the thing is, when people transition to said sex, the fucking doors, are you serious? When people transition to said sex, they aren't changing the fundamentals of their biology, they're changing the external factors. Like, the most they do in terms of changing stuff, they mainly just change, like, for example, hormone replacement, right? Hormone replacement. That is the closest thing I can think of that is, deep, but it's not deep enough. That sounded wrong. You know what I mean. We're not to the point where we can change our DNA to the point of being able to swap sexes, like, entirely. We just mainly change the external factors, and that doesn't, just because people are hormone replacement, biological men still have the advantage over women. Unknown says the scientists are actually working on that. I mean, I hope so. I mean, that'd be a cool thing, but I reckon it'll take hundreds of years before we get to that point. Because one of the things I'm pretty sure that scientists haven't been able to do yet is we are still on the very start of DNA stuff. Scientists have only just started to play with DNA, and even then it's a very hard thing to do because it's like with human rights things, right? There's a lot of human rights that well, not even human rights, but by law there are certain things scientists just can't do because they're not able to test safely on people. And DNA is one of those things that is very hard to do and accomplish new things because DNA is so what do you call it? DNA is so vulnerable to and fragile to certain changes that it's just really hard to make new progress on DNA. So that's why I think it'll definitely take hundreds of years, because it's not like something scientists can just change in an instant or discover new things in an instant, because DNA can really fuck up a person. If for example, radiation, there was this guy at a nuclear power plant where had some sort of meltdown. He from that accident in the nuclear power plant, one of his chromosomes were entirely erased. What was that chromosome? It was just a singular one chromosome, and that one chromosome was responsible for regenerating our skin. So if you don't know, I mean, probably everybody knows this, but for anyone who doesn't know, we lose our skin all the time, but we regenerate it, right? Our skin is literally just flaking away as we speak and regenerating. However, if you take away the DNA chromosome for skin regeneration, you will actually lose your skin and you won't get it back. You'll have raw skin and you'll die. That's how vulnerable it is. Scientists have actually changed the structure of DNA of bacteria. Yeah, and that's the thing, right? There's good accomplishments in that, but the thing is there are no laws and human rights on bacteria itself, because bacteria is not a conscious thing. Or even animals, we don't have much laws to protect against when it comes to testing. But being able to test, like, new studies and stuff on humans is a whole different thing. It's not that scientists can't do it, it's that legally they are bound to restrictions because of human rights. Simply because if you fuck up a person, due to some test you're doing, that will leave you a whole ton of lawsuits and a lot of jail time probably. And that's not a road a lot of scientists or any want to go down. That's what makes it so hard.
I'll never understand how these people think this is some sort of a win for their side. Like, I am begging you people to be normal. But despite the monumental freakout, Cunningham didn't back down, which we love to see. I also think that she's been throwing shade at the WNBA, which is even funnier, but we'll get back to that. A few days after
to it as a... Oh, God. Oh, no.
After the ESPN article went live, Cunningham
Good thinking, though.
said in another interview that she said what she said, and protecting girls and women in sport was incredibly important to her.
I'm not a very political person, but I do have beliefs, I have morals, and I'll always stand on those and be true to who I am. And I think people are going to take it how they want to take it, but I've never even really said anything about that. And so when it comes just to protecting young girls in sport and women in sport, I feel very strongly about that. I think that's why you have Title IX. That's why you have some of the greats in women's sports. If Title IX and women's sports weren't protected, then you wouldn't hear about any type of women in sport. And so I think in the future, it's just really important to protect.
This is what it all comes down to, right? But this is what it all comes down to. We have separate categories for sports for a reason. There's a reason we have men and women's sports, because biologically speaking, men biologically overpower women, and women. My brain. Men. Am I having a stroke? Men biologically overpower women in every single way at a base level. For men, we don't know what we did. That's the thing, right? It's not the male's fault, right? It's not like no one has an inherent guilt of anything. But you know, and a lot of men even understand this. You know, we there's a reason why it's a film. Oh, right. Okay, right. But yeah. there's a reason why men and women have two separate sports. Sports categories. It's because men biologically overpower women, and sure, I'm a weak fuck, and a woman could probably overpower me just because I never work out. No, I'm kidding, but. If a woman who even moderately works out, they could probably overpower me, but at a baseline, if we're talking about, men do really overpower women in every single way, simply because men are stronger, and that's why there's protections in place. Tell you what, the reason there's men and women's sports, the reason why men and women's sports are in two different categories, I'll tell you what, it's not for the man's benefit. It's because women need protection in those sports. The only thing you work out is your avatar. Yes. Yeah. But a lot of these people are just eroding away these rights of women just because they want to be that sex, and it's or that gender, and it's sad because I'm all for being kind to these people, but they're actively destroying the rights that women have fought hundreds of years to gain just for their own selfish interest. And I'm not saying that they don't have the right to express who they are. They do, but only if that doesn't cost the expense of other people. And that's where I draw the line.
Until this point, I would say that this situation was just a pretty normal culture wars type thing where you have a celebrity type figure doing or saying something that inflames either the left or the right, then you have a big blow up about it, then it fades away and is replaced by the next celebrity idiot person doing or saying something stupid. But this situation has continued to spiral, and it's led to a bunch of coaches and even the WNBA co-owner getting involved and just making everything worse. Although this is not the only thing being made worse at the moment.
This is a sponsor
we make
segment,
ourselves
isn't it?
worse when we do things that are bad for us, like smoking and
Oh god, okay.
vaping.
I don't like skipping sponsors, but the only reason I will skip this sponsor, well, there are two reasons. Fume is the sponsor she's going to sponsor, advertise. Fume is a fake, by the way. Also, no, she's American, but she was born in Australia. The only reason I'm going to skip the sponsor is simply because her sponsors are really fucking long. And I don't think anyone wants to sit here for like, okay, so 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it's like, yeah, really long sponsors. So that's the only reason I'll skip the sponsor.
And of course, don't forget to use code Sydney to get your free Fume topper when you order a journey pack.
Also, don't buy Fume. Not because it's her sponsor. Don't buy Fume because Fume is known to be a scam product. Just beware.
Towards the very end of July 2026, 2 teenage girls attended a game, wore XXXY shirts, which is a brand that supports biological reality, I guess, and they also held a sign thanking Cunningham for speaking up for girls. The Seattle Storm co-owner, a woman called Celeste Keaton, confronted the teenagers and allegedly called them effing insane, which she ultimately...
Right, nothing screams insane other than, like, screaming at a teenager that they're insane. Gotcha.
had to apologize for doing because, well, I don't know, I guess abusing your customers probably isn't the best course of action. But apparently the Seattle Storm team is generally, I guess, like off the rails because they posted a photo of one of their players wearing a trans rights are human rights shirt.
I'm sorry, but no, they aren't. Everyone has the right to be who they are, but, like, not at the expense of other people. And because we're talking about sports specifically.
On their main timeline. So, you know, there is that. Then we also had the coach of the Golden State Valkyries weigh in. And just by the way, I think that this name is unearned
Valkyrie? Isn't she a streamer? Damn, she looks old. Was she older than that? I don't know, I'm just fucked. That's not really Valkyrie, but imagine.
None of you are Valkyries, you are buttholes from what I can tell, but that's neither here nor there. This woman apparently said that sports are all about belonging and inclusivity, because of course she did.
How I'm seeing it is, if I could answer with, like, for me, sports is about belonging. It's about inclusivity. It's about allowing everyone to be their authentic self. You know, I'm big on that just because I have...
These people... These people honestly disgust me. Not trans people as a whole. I'm not talking about that. Let's just get that very clear. These people who want to invade women's spaces and claim they are the exact same thing that women are. And I think a woman transitioning to a biological man is a lot different than the opposite. Because, as I said, women are men are biologically superior to women, if we're talking about like actual physics, strength, and all that. And them acting like that they could become a woman and then erode all their rights away just because they want to be a woman, that's very selfish. Not to mention women, what was I going to say? You got these other trans women that want to have they say they have periods when they don't. Honestly, just disgusts me. But the what? Is my avatar's eyes closing is too sensitive. Wait, hold on. Let me adjust that. I've got to adjust the correct settings. Hold on. Where is it? Where's the eyes open thingy? Is that better? Okay, hopefully that's better. 36. Okay, let's try. Oh, let's try again. Okay.
I've been criticized for my height, for my ethnicity. I've been in those "you shouldn't belong here" many
Of course,
times.
she's going to make it about race, isn't she? I doubt anyone's actually perceived it that way.
And for me, I don't want that space, especially Golden State, to ever feel like that. So I'm all about women, little girls deserving to play, and that includes trans women. So I'm all about inclusivity.
The coach of Sophie Cunningham's own team, Indiana Fever, refused to back her, once again parroting this bullshit about inclusion being the answer to everything.
What is your stance on men or athletes who test as biological male participating in women's sports? What's your personal stance?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that I would say that I'm educated enough from a scientific standpoint. I don't ever believe that exclusion is an answer. There were girl sports.
Would you welcome a biological male in WNBA?
Again, it's like, I don't know, when we talk about biological male and scientifically where we are, I think it's a totally different scenario. I would say, though, that I just don't feel like exclusion is an answer, and I think that we need to have deeper...
Okay. Then why do we have two separate categories? Why? Okay? If a biological male can just waltz in and say they can participate in there, let's say there's a really buff dude. Let's say there's a bodybuilder, like got the full biceps, like everything. They've got tons of muscles, like giant thighs, like imagine that, a bald dude. Would you let him into the women's NBA? And he wasn't trans. And would you let him in there? You wouldn't. But let's dress him up and say he actually did want to become a woman. Would you let him in? I guarantee you these people would say, yes, they would. These people are sick.
More layered conversations.
I think the thing that really sends me to Jupiter about these kind of situations, and the fact that we keep having to talk about the trans issue, is the fact that these kind of people talk about inclusivity and all this kind of stuff, and we have to have everybody feeling involved and connected, while simultaneously disadvantaging women and girls and making women and girls feel unsafe and uncomfortable. These women, the ones that I've highlighted,
which is who it was made for, by the way,
so far, except for Sophie, obviously, are genuinely the worst advocates for us, for women and girls. And it's actually kind of crazy to me that they have so much pull and responsibility over a female-only space like this. But remember how I said that I think that Sophie Cunningham has been taking jabs at the league? She did another press interview where she said that this league preaches diversity and inclusion, so this is a great opportunity for them to be just that.
And like I said, I still stand by what I said. I'll never go back on that. I think this is a great opportunity for the WNBA. You know, they preach diversity and being inclusive, so what a great opportunity for them to actually be that.
But where other people thought she was referring to trans people or whoever, I think she's calling them out for hurting women and girls and excluding us from our own spaces.
Yeah.
Anyway, so all of this was taking place towards the end of July. But now we're in August, and August has been very fun. We had another coach wearing a trans kid's belong.
I'm gonna turn my aircon on. Hold on a second, and then I'll commentate on this. This just got me worked up. Hold on. Just turning my air on. Hold on a second. Oh my god, this is gonna get me cancelled. Well, somewhere down the line, at least, someone will bring this clip back up and polarize me for it. Not polarize. Someone will bring this clip back up and then they'll berate me for this clip, I guess. What I'm about to say, but she says on this T-shirt she's wearing, "Trans kids belong. Trans kids don't exist." And when I say kids, I mean like little kids. When anyone says kids, I picture like under 12, under 11, something like that. I think maybe there could be some gender confused kids somewhere that are like mid-teens, late teens, something like that. But the majority of the time nowadays, a lot of people of these school curriculums actually indoctrinate these children. This was what I was talking about last stream when I was playing Mario and I was just talking about politics. These people, these school curriculums, they indoctrinate these kids. They tell them you can be anything, and yes, technically you can, but the majority, statistically speaking, the majority of people are not going to be trans. But these kids who previously either would have been tomboys or femboys or something like this, they end up just being trans when they were likely just ruining these kids' lives because they want to be morally superior and morally good. Trans kids don't exist. Trans teens might, trans late teens or trans mid-teens, but 9-year-olds don't care. 9-year-olds, like, I mean, I'm sure there's maybe a 0.01% that does, but if we're talking about majority speaking, trans kids are never, they are indoctrinated. Like I was talking about the boy last stream who was castrated, or was scheduled to be castrated at 9 years old, because his mother kept telling him he's a girl. It's sickening. These people, this is a bit harsh, but I don't know if these people should be not the trans people. This lady, I don't think she should be walking around in society. She is actively harming the youth, and she doesn't care. She simply harms people and gets away with it. It pisses me off. I'm getting actually really worked up now, because this kind of stuff, this really pisses me off. God damn, this lady.
Long shirt because, okay, then Sophie Cunningham basically begged everybody to get back to playing basketball and to stop all of this nonsense. But here is where it gets extremely hilarious to me, or sad, depending on your perspective. On August 7, 2026, the WNBA Players Association released a statement denouncing hate, abuse, and demonization of the transgender community.
Unknown says, can you buy guns in Australia? We can, but strictly and it's a very long process. We can, but strictly for hunting, not for self-defense, but for hunting. Let me think, like shooting ranges, and that's about it. We can't buy guns for self-defense. Believe it or not, Australia's so fucked, we can't even have well, at least in Queensland, we can't have pepper spray. No, we can't have pepper spray to defend ourselves. Neither can women. So if yes, we can hunt. But no, not humans. Not humans, no. But women, believe it or not, can't even protect themselves from pepper spray. And with pepper spray, sorry, by guys who want to, or even anyone who wants to harm them. They can't defend themselves. By the way, you want to know what the government's response was to this? Use fists. Use martial arts to defend yourself. What are we doing? Are we serious? God, our government needs a new... We need a new government.
because, you know, that's super necessary for a sporting body to do that. The statement didn't name anyone and didn't make any sort of comments about actual men in women's sports, but it did ask fans to report any hateful rhetoric at games, whatever that means. On the same day, and maybe this was a coincidence, maybe it wasn't, the WNBA announced that it was going to get its important people together and decide what a woman actually is and who is allowed to play in their league.
Ha.
We live in hell.
Ha. They can't even answer what a woman is.
WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert sent out a memo basically saying that the WNBA higher-ups will discuss the matter of transgender people and women's basketball at a meeting this week. Like this week, as of filming this video. As of right now, the league does say that only women are allowed to play and are eligible.
POV, me standing outside the women's MMA to test what they've learned. Oh god.
To play in the WNBA, but that doesn't actually specify what a woman is. And as that's coming out of my mouth, I want to cry. It is just stupid that we're even here at all. I weep for the future. Anyway, basically, the league doesn't say that you actually have to be female, but it also doesn't have a policy on transgender participation. So it's sort of up in the air depending on if somebody does or doesn't want to make an issue out of this. And I guess that people want to make an issue out of it. But because of all of the league's talking and its insistence upon being diverse and inclusive and not defining what a woman is and who can play in their league, now we have two beautiful, strong former NBA basketballers who've thrown their hat in the ring to play in the women's league.
I think I heard about this. So, not from another video. So, my mentor, right? This was on Thursday. My mentor, actually, I heard something about this. If I'm correct, what he told me, he saw this on the thingy, the news, some news thing. This former NBA male NBA player, he decided to make fun of the whole thing he just did the biggest troll ever and decided to pretend to be a trans woman and enter the women's league as a pretend trans person, and they couldn't do anything about it to stop him because, well, they're too ideologically captured to do anything, and so if I'm correct, this might be what she's talking about.
A few days ago, former NBA center Ennis, who's, I'm sorry if I'm saying his name wrong, I'm not sure how to pronounce this, Cantor Freedom, I think his last name is actually Freedom. That is mental. Okay. He declared himself a 2027 WNBA prospect. On Twitter, he wrote, "If simply declaring who you are is all that's required, then I meet every single requirement necessary to compete in the WNBA. My team and I have carefully examined the WNBA's eligibility criteria and governing framework surrounding self-identification and inclusion. Based on the current guidelines, I can and am officially declaring my eligibility for the upcoming WNBA draft in April 2027.
I am definitely not here to mock, make fun of, or disrespect any community or personal choices. I am simply asking that the current rules be applied equally to everyone. The rules that represent the very values many WNBA players and coaches have publicly advocated for. My team and I are prepared to ensure these guidelines are applied equally, consistently, and without exception. And I look forward to the WNBA honoring its stated principles. See you at training camp."
That is the biggest troll ever. Oh my god.
As of August 10th, Cantor Freedom has officially declared for the WNBA draft. So, there is that.
Well, it's officially official. I just declared for the 2027 WNBA draft in April. Join me in this journey.
But let's also not forget this beautiful, strong woman, Royce White, who also said he would try his hand at the WNBA in April 2027 as well.
Oh, earlier this week, I made the announcement. I'm transgender.
Hey, what about your hair? You had good-looking hair. Why'd you get rid of it?
As well.
Oh, earlier this week, I made the announcement.
What's him, right?
WNBA in April 2027 as well.
Oh, earlier this week, I made the announcement. I'm transgender. I'm a woman. I identify as sometimes identifying as a woman for purposes of basketball, professional basketball. So I'll be declaring for the WNBA draft in 2027 as well. So
you know
I do
what?
a little bit of
I support him. I think he definitely looks like a woman. God, I know, don't you think he is a woman, right? He's a woman? That's where he looks like a woman, doesn't he? I think he definitely passes as a woman. let's let him in. Let's let him in.
I'll do whatever the coach needs me to do. I'll do whatever the girls need me to do.
Roy Cena is very determined to get on the court with her other black queens.
You know, right now I'm just having a blast in my feminine era. I never thought that I was a woman. You know, I've always trusted the science, and I thought I was a man my entire life. But you know, after further review, look.
Oh my God! Oh, the fucking troll is oh, it's awesome.
Strong look at my personal preferences. It would appear that I am indeed sometimes identifying as a transgender woman, and I think it's only fair I get a chance to play with some of my queens here in the twilight of my career, my athletic prime.
Play by their own rules and defeat them with their own poison. Oh, I love to see it.
Personally, this is my favorite video of Roy Cena, where she shows how strong and brave she is while discussing going on airplanes, and she's not afraid of them. She's just transgender.
I realized my fear of flying really wasn't a fear of flying. It was the transgender trapped inside of me, caged inside of me, that gave me an aversion to small spaces. I think there are plenty of people out there who have
oh, that makes perfect sense.
A transgender trapped deep down inside of them. And so they think they're claustrophobic.
No. Every one of you do. Let's just be.
Yeah, they think they're claustrophobic. Not really claustrophobic. It's the transgender that's trapped.
Anyway, it's been extremely fun reading Roy Cena's posts on Twitter. He's just, hammering anyone who calls him out for this, basically saying that they're being transphobic and naming him and dismissing him. This one is definitely my personal favorite. It says, "It came, y'all, my first wig. Tomorrow I test it on the court. This is my feminine era glow up. Did I slay? If y'all don't say yes, queen, you're transphobic. I really don't understand all the hatred. I just want to play some hoops with my fellow ladies."
Honestly, I thought it was his actual hair.
Now, as you can imagine, leftists have been losing their absolute minds about this entire situation from top to bottom, because remember, it's okay when they push men into women's spaces, but it's not okay when right-wingers do it. You see the difference here?
Yep. The truth is trans women are women, and so if they would like to play women's sports, then that would be something that they should do as women.
A few former NBA first-round picks came out yesterday and declared for the WNBA draft. Are you supportive of them?
Yeah, so if they truly were trans, then I would be perhaps supportive of them, but they're not.
Who determines who's really a woman, though?
I would say I would love to see them play against Asia Wilson and beat her. I doubt they would. So thank you so much.
I love when you ask these people to do just even the slightest bit of ideological consistency. Trans women are women, except the trans women that I don't like. I see why Roy Cena is so upset.
2 washed-up former NBA players have announced that they're declaring for the WNBA draft. And I'm not saying their names. This is an attention stunt, and they can get their attention somewhere else. But what I find absolutely fascinating is who is cheering them on. Because these are the same people who've spent years telling us that trans women can't play women's sports because they consider them to be men, and men are bigger and stronger and would be dangerous and unfair to women.
Well, they are. You're acting like they're not?
And now 2 actual cisgender men say they want to play in the WNBA, and these fools are now going, yeah, do it. Get in there and destroy them. Smash all their records. Hello? I thought you cared about protecting women's sports.
The funniest thing about this whole issue...
The thing is, they're proving a point. They're not serious. They're proving a point. And sure, the women might not win in this case, but it's all to prove a point. They're doing it for the women. They're doing it to save women's sports. They don't hate the women. Sure, the women obviously might lose this match or like this season, whatever you want to call it. But it's all not the greater good. Like it's all for the fact that they are trying to prove a point that women, trans women who are biologically men, shouldn't be in women's sports because it's a danger to women. And they're literally trying to protect women. they're going to lose the battle but win the war. Yeah.
Is how these people genuinely don't understand what's happening here. Right-wingers aren't supporting white and Cantor freedom because we want men in women's sports. We support it because it forces the WNBA to reconcile with their political posturing and gay little slogans. Oh, diversity and inclusion and tolerance. Okay. Put your money where your mouth is then. If you are going to collectively flame a single player who is standing up for women's rights so that you can virtue signal how you feel about transgenderism, then put some men in the league. Put some trans women in the league.
Really all this proves is that you can't trust cis straight men, which women have been saying for years. That's why we choose the bear.
I find the bear choosing women to be really quite fascinating because, sure, you'll choose the bear, but you also will choose infinity third worlders through mass immigration and also men in your spaces.
Oh, is this where we're going? I like this.
Infinity third worlders through mass immigration and also men in your spaces. Make it make sense. What's kind of crazy to me here is how many people on the left have completely memory holed what they've been doing for the last 10 years or so. And I'm not sure how many of you have seen this, but it's sort of like AOC now walking back woke one, quote unquote, and being like, oh, that stuff we used to do, yeah, that's just so crazy. Even though all of you supported it at the time.
So Rice White, the failed Minnesota candidate and the failed NBA player, now wants to pretend to be a woman and compete with women in the WNBA. Kind of funny how the right always creates a fake problem and then is so mad that the problem's not real that they become the problem just to prove that the problem exists.
If it's not clear at this juncture, this person is in fact transgender, but I think...
Of course they are. Of course they are, you know. Standing up for their own people, I guess.
I think it's an insane position, and I've seen this a lot lately. It's an insane position to say that right-wingers created this situation. All of you did. For the last decade, all of you have created this situation. I am getting really angry. By you, by the way, I mean these kind of people that...
And I can understand that, right? She's a woman, and standing up for the rest of the women that are having their rights intruded on because these people they want to say they are a woman, and that's completely fine, but as long as you're not affecting other people, which in this case they are.
Progressives and the LGBT people and the trans community.
LGBT. I love how she says that. The LGBT.
I mean these kind of people, the progressives and the LGBT people and the trans community. You did this to yourselves. Anyway, what always strikes me about these situations is just how quickly progressives will flip on their own positions. Because, as most of you know, as we have discussed for years on this channel, these are the same people who have, for probably the better part of a decade, pushed self-ID, people self-identifying as trans or non-binary or whatever the case is. They have consistently and aggressively encouraged men invading women's spaces, all women's spaces, just by the way, so long as that man self-identifies as a woman. Activists have consistently said and disgustingly gotten this kind of thing picked up by the medical industry, by the justice system, by lots of other institutions and systems. They've said that being a woman is nothing more than a feeling. It's this sort of intangible concept, which is...
Exactly, and I think this is where this comes down to. And the thing is, what makes it even worse. I've seen cases where women have, trans women have gotten to jail, or we've got these regular men who were getting prosecuted to go to jail, and then before they got prosecuted, they said they were a trans person, a trans female, and that male actually got into the prison they went into female prisons. And you want to know what happened? I think you can guess what happened. I think you can guess. You know, and it's sad. If you don't know what I mean, grape, and not the kind you eat. A lot worse stuff. And they and as I said, it's eroding women's rights.
is insane, just by the way. But they've gotten us to the point where that's an accepted talking point, and so therefore a man doesn't actually have to go through any kind of transition processes to become a woman. He just has to feel like one. But even progressives don't apply their standards consistently, because if they did, they would have to support these men going out for the WNBA. But as always, they pick and choose when and where to apply their principles, because consistency matters not to those led by their feelings rather than any kind of reason. Obviously, I don't want men in female spaces at all. I am over this. It's been happening for, like I said, the better part of a decade. I'm sick of it.
As I said just earlier in this video, is that the only way I would accept a woman a biological man, trans woman in a female sport, or any female sport, is if we had the futuristic type technology to swap all our molecular DNA at the core level, swap it out with women, and then we somehow magically became every single part of us down to the core level was a woman, and we were no different than a woman. I wouldn't care. I would. Cool, do it. You're a woman. You're literally biologically a woman now. You're no different as if you were born one. But the thing is, we're not at that technology point yet, and these people, they are actively hurting women.
And it's kind of funny because a lot of you girlies actually—
and women's rights.
Made me feel really validated recently, where I was saying, you know, I started off kind of indifferent to a lot of this, and I used to be a lot more moderate in videos when I talk about this, and these days I'm like, no, get out, I don't like it. And a lot of the girly pops got in my comments and said, no, Sydney, I agree with you. I used to also be tolerant and moderate and blah, 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 and now I want these men out completely. The tolerance is dead and gone. And I think that's what happens when you take really pretty nice people and tolerant people and moderate people and push them to the precipice. You end up burning us out, and we're not interested anymore. But with that said, it's not as if I want the WNBA to fall in a heap, but I do want the women who advocate for this, I want their feet held to the fire. I want these co-owners and these coaches and all these people to understand that their positions are regressive, they're hurting women, they're disadvantaging women, and I want them to actually see the fruit of what they are promoting. So yes, obviously, I don't want men invading the women's league here, but if this is going to be the case and this is going to happen, I do think this is a tremendous way of forcing these virtue signaling butthead women to either practice what they preach or stop preaching altogether.
As I said, I don't think the men that are doing this to prove a point, I don't think they're trying to hurt women. I think they're actively trying to help them, because they're proving a point so they can help women in the long run. And these other people, these idiots, they are telling them they're doing this for their own benefit. No, they're not. They're trying to prove a point so they can help women. That's how I see it.
Despite the fact that she hasn't actually said a ton about this, I am actually really grateful that Sophie Cunningham has said something with relation to protecting women and girls. I'm so glad that she hasn't walked back her comments or apologized, that she's standing firm, because I do think that goes a really long way in waking up other women and having them realize that you don't actually have to accept what's been happening to us wholesale. You're allowed to push back. You're allowed to be uncomfortable with men in our spaces, and you're allowed to feel a certain type of way about the way things have been going. I'm also glad that these men have done what they're doing, because now there's actually a ton of them that I've seen who are like, I'm going to throw my hat in the ring to join the WNBA, to be drafted for the WNBA. I'm glad that this is happening, because I think when you show the absurdity of these positions and the net effect of these positions, it really highlights on a massive scale just how stupid all of this is.
Yes.
So in the end, I am really curious to see where this goes and how this turns out, and I genuinely hope that Sophie Cunningham keeps speaking out and that other women start to speak out as well, because the best way to handle these kind of situations and these kind of people is to shine a light and force them to actually do something when it comes to the things that they're preaching. Now on that note, and before I open the floor to all of you, this is just a reminder to check out Fume using the link in the description.
This was really good. Yeah, this was a really good video. I'll link it so we can give it a like. Even though there's probably no one in the YouTube chat, let's link that as well there as well. Yeah, so Sydney Watson, very, very good creator. Yeah, honestly, these people really need to, these women really need to keep speaking out about this. No, I don't want to use Chrome as my default browser, thank you very much. I like Opera GX. Oh, I'm going off on a tangent again, whoopsies. Yeah, women's rights are actively being eroded, and the only way to stop this is by proving a point. And these men that are pretending to be trans women going into the sport to prove a point, that is the first stepping stone to all of this, and I hope it goes well, because it seems we are the only ones who really care about women and their rights. W video, as Unknown said. Stop recording. There we go. That was a really good video. Yeah. What was do we have anything on? We got body cams. Yeah. Oh, also, fun fact. Guess what? Okay, here's Steam, right? Guess what? So before I was just doing Eden emulator for so we're not playing games yet, but I just want to show you something. So you know how before I was using Eden emulator to play my games? Well, I've now got something called Steam ROM Manager to be able to add each individual game as its own individual game with its own artwork. And so I've got, for example, collections, GameCube games, N64 games, Switch games, and Wii games. They're the ones that are all installed. And it's a really easy setup using Steam ROM Manager, which is this program here. Next. Yeah. So using this, you just set it up, and it's already got a preset for Eden and a bunch of other emulators. So it's really good. Really like how I'm able to do that. Because I don't like having the blank thing with no thingy, with no collection thingy. So which is really good. Okay, let's see. See. Okay, what am I doing? What was I gonna say next? What were we doing next? What is the it is when we're in? Okay. Might watch one more. Unknown, will you still be here if I take a half an hour break, like usual? You know, the pause break. Will you still be here? And then we'll watch a video, another short video, and then we might play something. Will you still be here in you know the normal pause break? Okay. I shall be back. Just taking a little pause break. Because it's going to be a shorter stream today, but we'll just watch, after the pause break, we'll watch one video, and then we'll do the after stream, not after stream, the, end stream gaming. Okay. I shall be back. Also, oh no, yeah, no, I shall be back. We'll see. I'm going to make this point clear. I don't think he's dead. I really don't. It's too sus. It's too sus. I'll just say that. For Minecraft, I've made a mod, literally in the span of an afternoon, where, okay, so if you don't know, there's a mod called Serene Seasons. It's a Minecraft mod that adds seasons into Minecraft. Well, one thing I've noticed is missing from Serene Seasons is literally the fact that, well, you can't change the colors on anything, like, in relation to foliage and grass color. So I made a mod to make that possible.
The guys would say, hey, Palm Beach Peter's here. This fell into my lap. I'm making a pie.
This is like so sus. This is so sus. By the way, I don't know why my eyes are closing so often on my VTuber. Either way, but anyway. This is so sus. Why would you... It's just like a guy who's really desperate to cover up a story, and he's just over-exaggerating everything he's explaining. It's just... I'm so convinced, man. It's just... fuck. After playing modded for so long, I can't go back to vanilla. Vanilla Minecraft is boring to me, to be honest. Modded is phenomenal. Like, I honestly don't understand how people hate, like, the people that, like, hate on, like, Minecraft mods. I don't understand that. I'll never understand why. What if, which I've tested and actually has interesting results, is uploading, like, because I have 7 mods now, right? I made $100 in the span of, well, the first $40 was in the span of 6 months, but the next $50 after that was only in the span of 3 months, and that's because I uploaded 7 mods between now and then, or 6 more mods between now and then. Honestly, There are a lot of people that do believe it is him. I'm one of them. I don't blame people either. Also, because I'm one of them. But, come on, you gotta admit, it's pretty sus. It is pretty sus. Yeah, it'll work, I guess. I think. Oh, it's not even a thingy, I think. Ah! It scared me! Oh, God! You fucking scared me! God damn it. Oh my god, that scared the shit. I've gotta turn that sound alert down. God damn it. Oh, that scared me. Yes, god damn it. Oh, that scared the living fuck out of me. That happened 2 times now. Oh, god damn it. Oh my god, that was funny. These two are the ones I need to join. No, I just realized I've been pressing Control J like in Blender. Control J isn't join, you fucking spam. Oh my god. God, I need help. Merge layers. That's clearly AI generation, because I didn't know how to draw, I wasn't willing to, and I could not be bothered. Until I kind of got a lot of hate comments about how using an AI avatar. And then I kind of folded, and I spent like 10 days gorging my eyes out how to draw, looking up tutorials, and I eventually just was able. I'm glad I folded in that situation, because then I got this, and I'm really glad I learned that skill. I love AI, not generation. I don't love the generation part of AI. It's quite useless, to be honest. AI generative stuff is useless in my eyes. I love LLMs. LLMs are great, depending on what it is. I use LLMs a lot for programming. I know how to program, don't get me wrong. I love programming. I know how to do it very well. But AI can be very useful in certain situations. Like, say if you don't know an API, right? If I don't know the API for something and I need, say Claude, I'll ask it to look up like certain, like how this API works on certain stuff, and it'll be able to give me a breakdown of how certain stuff works. That's mainly what I use AI for. After playing modded for so long, I can't go back to vanilla. Vanilla Minecraft is boring to me, to be honest. Modded is phenomenal. Like, I honestly don't understand how people hate, like, the people that like hate on like Minecraft mods. I don't understand that. I'll never understand why. Honestly, there are a lot of people that do believe it is him. I'm one of them. I don't blame people either. Also, because I'm one of them. But, come on, you gotta admit, it's pretty sus. It is pretty sus. I want to make this point clear. I don't think he's dead. I really don't. It's too sus. It's too sus. I'll just say that.
Guys would say, hey, Palm Beach Peter's here. This fell into my lap. I'm making a pie.
This is like so sus. This is so sus. By the way, I don't know why my eyes are closing so often on my VTuber. Either way, but anyway. This is so sus. Why would you... It's just like a guy who's really desperate to cover up a story, and he's just over-exaggerating everything he's explaining. It's just... I'm so convinced, man. It's just... Fuck. That's clearly AI generation, because I didn't know how to draw, I wasn't willing to, and I could not be bothered. Until I kind of got a lot of hate comments about how using an AI avatar, and then I kind of folded, and I spent like 10 days gorging my eyes out how to draw, looking up tutorials, and I eventually just was able. I'm glad I folded in that situation, because then I got this, and I'm really glad I learned that skill. I love AI, not generation. I don't love the generation part of AI. It's quite useless, to be honest. AI generative stuff is useless in my eyes. I love LLMs. LLMs are great, depending on what it is. I use LLMs a lot for programming. I know how to program, don't get me wrong. I love programming. I know how to do it very well. But AI can be very useful in certain situations. Like, say if you don't know an API, right? If I don't know the API for something and I need, say Claude, I'll ask it to look up like certain, like how this API works on certain stuff, and it'll be able to give me a breakdown of how certain stuff works. That's mainly what I use AI for. for Minecraft, I've made a mod, literally in the span of an afternoon, where, okay, so if you don't know, there's a mod called Serene Seasons. It's a Minecraft mod that adds seasons into Minecraft. Well, one thing I've noticed is missing from Serene Seasons is literally the fact that, well, you can't change the colors on anything, color, like, in relation to foliage and grass color. So I made a mod to make that possible. What if, which I've tested and actually has interesting results, is uploading, like, because I have 7 mods now, right? I made $100 in the span of, well, the first $40 was in the span of 6 months, but the next $50 after that was only in the span of 3 months, and that's because I uploaded 7 mods between now and then, or 6 more mods between now and then. These 2 are the ones I need to join. No, I just realized I've been pressing Control J like in Blender. Control J isn't join, you fucking spam. Oh my god. God, I need help. Merge layers. Yeah, it'll work, I guess. I think. Oh, it's not even a thingy, I think. Ah, it scared me! Oh god! You fucking scared me! God damn it. Oh my god, that scared the shit. I've gotta turn that sound alert down. God damn it. Oh, that scared me. Yes, god damn it. Oh, that scared the living fuck out of me. That happened 2 times now. Oh, god damn it. Oh my god, that was funny. These 2 are the ones I need to join. No, I just realized I've been pressing Control J like in Blender. Control J isn't join, you fucking spam. Oh my god. God, I need help. Merge layers. I'm gonna make this point clear. I don't think he's dead. I really don't. It's too sus. It's too sus. I'll just say that. After playing modded for so long, I can't go back to vanilla. Vanilla Minecraft is boring to me, to be honest. Modded is phenomenal. Like, I honestly don't understand how people hate, like, the people that, like, hate on, like, Minecraft mods. I don't understand that. I'll never understand why. What if, which I've tested and actually has interesting results, is uploading, like, because I have 7 mods now, right? I made $100 in the span of, well, the first $40 was in the span of 6 months, but the next $50 after that was only in the span of 3 months, and that's because I uploaded 7 mods between now and then, or 6 more mods between now and then.
The guys would say, hey, Palm Beach Peter's here. This fell into my lap. I'm making a pie.
This is, like, so sus. This is so sus. By the way, I don't know why my eyes are closing so often on my VTuber. Either way, but anyway. This is so sus. Why would you... It's just like a guy who's really desperate to cover up a story and he's just over-exaggerating everything he's explaining. It's just... I'm so convinced, man. It's just... Fuck. Yeah, it'll work, I guess. I think. Oh, it's not even a thingy, I think. Ah, it scared me! Oh, god! You fucking scared me! God damn it. Oh my god, that scared the shit. I've gotta turn that sound alert down. God damn it. Oh, that scared me. Yes, god damn it. Oh, that scared the living fuck out of me. That happened 2 times now. Oh, god damn it. Oh my god, that was funny. That's clearly AI generation, because I didn't know how to draw, I wasn't willing to, and I could not be bothered. Until I kind of got a lot of hate comments about using an AI avatar, and then I kind of folded, and I spent like 10 days gorging my eyes out how to draw, looking up tutorials, and I eventually just was able. I'm glad I folded in that situation, because then I got this, and I'm really glad I learned that skill. I love AI. Not generation. I don't love the generation part of AI. It's quite useless, to be honest. AI generative stuff is useless in my eyes. I love LLMs. LLMs are great, depending on what it is. I use LLMs a lot for programming. I know how to program, don't get me wrong. I love programming. I know how to do it very well. but AI can be very useful in certain situations. Like, say if you don't know an API, right? If I don't know the API for something and I need, say Claude, I'll ask it to look up like certain, like how this API works on certain stuff, and it'll be able to give me a breakdown of how certain stuff works. That's mainly what I use AI for. Honestly, there are a lot of people that do believe it is him. I'm one of them. I don't blame people either. Also, because I'm one of them. But, come on, you gotta admit, it's pretty sus. It is pretty sus. For Minecraft, I've made a mod, literally in the span of an afternoon, where, okay, so if you don't know, there's a mod called Serene Seasons. It's a Minecraft mod that adds seasons into Minecraft. Well, one thing I've noticed that's missing from Serene Seasons is literally the fact that, well, you can't change the colors on anything, color, like, in relation to foliage and grass color. So I made a mod to make that possible. After playing modded for so long, I can't go back to vanilla. Vanilla Minecraft is boring to me, to be honest. Modded is phenomenal. Like, I honestly don't understand how people hate, like, the people that, like, hate on like Minecraft mods. I don't understand that. I'll never understand why. I'm gonna make this point clear. I don't think he's dead. I really don't. It's too sus. It's too sus. I'll just say that. Bro, that's clearly AI generation, because I didn't know how to draw, I wasn't willing to, and I could not be bothered. Until I kind of got a lot of hate comments about how using an AI avatar. And then I kind of folded, and I spent like 10 days gorging my eyes out how to draw, looking up tutorials, and I eventually just was able. I'm glad I folded in that situation, because then I got this, and I'm really glad I learned that skill. I love AI, not generation. I don't love the generation part of AI. It's quite useless, to be honest. AI generative stuff is useless in my eyes. I love LLMs. LLMs are great, depending on what it is. I use LLMs a lot for programming. I know how to program, don't get me wrong. I love programming. I know how to do it very well. But AI can be very useful in certain situations. Like, say if you don't know an API, right? If I don't know the API for something and I need, say Claude, I'll ask it to look up like certain, like how this API works on certain stuff, and it'll be able to give me a breakdown of how certain stuff works. That's mainly what I use AI for. Yeah, it'll work, I guess. I think. Oh, it's not even a thingy, I think. Ah! It scared me! Oh, God! You fucking scared me! God damn it. Oh my god, that scared the shit. I've gotta turn that sound alert down. God damn it. Oh, that scared me. Yes, god damn it. Oh, that scared the living fuck out of me. That happened 2 times now. Oh, god damn it. Oh my god, that was funny. Honestly, there are a lot of people that do believe it is him. I'm one of them. I don't blame people either. Also, because I'm one of them. But, come on, you gotta admit, it's pretty sus. It is pretty sus. These two are the ones I need to join. No, I just realized I've been pressing Control J like in Blender. Control J isn't join, you fucking spam. Oh my god. God, I need help. Merge layers. For Minecraft, I've made a mod, literally in the span of an afternoon, where, okay, so if you don't know, there's a mod called Serene Seasons. It's a Minecraft mod that adds seasons into Minecraft. Well, one thing I've noticed that's missing from Serene Seasons is literally the fact that, well, you can't change the colors on anything, color, like, in relation to foliage and grass color. So I made a mod to make that possible.
Guys would say, hey, Palm Beach Peter's here. This fell into my lap. I'm making a pop.
This is like so sus. This is so sus. By the way, I don't know why my eyes are closing so often on my VTuber. Either way, but anyway. This is so sus. Why would you... It's just like a guy who's really desperate to cover up a story, and he's just over-exaggerating everything he's explaining. It's just... I'm so convinced, man. It's just... fuck. What if, which I've tested and actually has interesting results, is uploading, like... Because I have 7 mods now, right? I made $100 in the span of... Well, the first $40 was in the span of 6 months. But the next $50 after that was only in the span of 3 months. And that's because uploaded 7 mods between now and then. Or 6 more mods between now and then. For Minecraft, I've made a mod, literally in the span of an afternoon, where... Okay, so if you don't know, there's a mod called Serene Seasons. It's a Minecraft mod that adds seasons into Minecraft. Well, one thing I've noticed that's missing from Serene Seasons is literally the fact that, well, you can't change the colors on anything, like, in relation to foliage and grass color. So I made a mod to make that possible. I'm gonna make this point clear. I don't think he's dead. I really don't. It's too sus. It's too sus. I'll just say that. What if, which I've tested and actually has... We are indeed back. How are we? Okay. Okay. Let's see. What is there now? Maybe... Maybe a Cop-Slop video. Hello. Okay. Let's see. What is on for Cop-Slop? Okay. Let's see. Members only. Okay. Let's see, oh, I just realized I haven't, whoopsie. There we go. I just realized I didn't, I accidentally, didn't, change the display. Okay. Wait, is that? No, where's the one I'm subscribed to? Hold on, Real Body, no, not that one. Wait, where is it? Real Body Cams, no. Subscriptions. You know what? Either body cam or... Yeah, let's do body cam, I think. Real body cams. What, Daisy? What are you barking at? What? My doggo is in my room behind me on the bed. We got 15, 17, 18, no, let's do this one. Let's do this one. Oh god, maybe I have to blur that. Wait, is that, please? Okay. That's really long, whatever. Okay. This video is titled, She Laughed at the Pepper Spray and She Couldn't Stop Screaming, by Real Body Cams. Love this channel and their body cam footages they come out with.
It was fair game. Resisting, that's not nothing. I can't see! It was fair game. Resisting, that's not nothing. I can't see!
On May 16th, 2026, officers in Florida
responded... Is that too loud? I think that's too loud. Hold on.
It was fair game. Resisting, that's not nothing. I can't see!
On May 16th, 2026, officers in Florida responded to a residence after receiving an urgent 911 call reporting an assault. A woman contacted police after seeing her friend repeatedly punched by her own roommate while on a video call. Here's what the officers did next.
Like a little punch. It was nothing like too serious. It was nothing too serious.
You just called?
She called.
Okay, stay right here.
I am.
While Aaliyah claims it was just a little punch, the officer speaks to a witness.
A little punch. I wonder how little that punch was.
Who saw the entire incident unfold on a video call. Listen to how her account completely contradicts Aaliyah's story.
I'm on the phone with her, and she's in the background just yelling and screaming, and, oh, I you up and hold this and all this. You know, she's just yelling and screaming in the background or whatever. She's like, well, just get out. If you want to get out, get out. You know, I allowed you to stay here. You're supposed to be my friend and you're doing all this extra stuff. Like, just get out if you want to get out. So she goes in his room and starts snatching stuff. And
were you here for this?
No, I'm on the phone. Okay. I was on the phone. Okay. So we end up video calling, and as we're video calling, I see her start swinging on her. Okay. I don't know if she had anything in her hand, but she did start swinging on her.
Okay. And on the video, you saw her.
So is this guy like just a bystander? I think this guy was just a bystander, right?
Yes, I saw her start hitting her, and then she's in there yelling.
Ma'am, stay over there for me, please.
She's in there yelling.
I'm conducting my investigation.
If I can go inside, it's my residence. Why can I go? I'm not listening to her. We're conducting our.
Ma'am, stand by the car over there. Go inside.
Oh, she's not cooperating. Lovely.
Inside the car.
The point is that I was on the phone and seeing the whole thing.
Like open fist, closed fist?
Closed fist.
And where did you strike her?
It looked like in her face. And you can see all the blood on her face. And she hit me with something. And I'm like, I'm sick of this. So I'm on my way. I'm finna call the police because this is ridiculous.
Okay.
Officer Cabrera gives Aaliyah a chance to explain her side. She claims the dispute started over a suitcase and that her roommate pushed her first.
I swear, Aaliyah must be such a cursed name. I knew someone like that.
What happened again?
Okay, so my room is where she stays at. So it's a suitcase in a red suitcase. I took the suitcase out of my room because I can leave. The suitcase that's in the next room is on the ground.
Okay.
I was starting to put my stuff, and she starts snatching the stuff out of the suitcase. She's like, bitch, you're not gonna take this, you're not gonna take that. So I pulled the suitcase in my room.
Okay.
I'm standing in the middle of the door. I'm saying, like, I'm standing right here. I'm saying, you're not gonna push me out the door. Don't touch me.
Why is she wearing that tight suit? It's like one full suit. Why? I've never seen that before.
Well, I'm at that door right there. I'm walking back, and she pushed me and closed the door. So that's what I did. Got them big ass jugs of water. I ain't called the police. I'm leaving.
Okay, so I did the same thing with her when I was asking her questions, get more specific, okay? I'm gonna read this to you. Doesn't mean you're under arrest or anything right now. I did the same exact thing with her. I'm doing the same thing with you, okay? You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in the court of law.
You have a right to attorney.
This is serious, man.
I'm serious.
She's repeating it for her. I mean, she's repeating it for him. What the fuck?
This is serious.
Because Aaliyah just admitted to a physical altercation, the officer reads her Miranda rights before asking any further questions. She agrees to keep talking.
Can I run you through what happened?
Okay, I'm gonna ask questions. I want you to clarify.
Okay.
So, you were in your room or her room?
I was in my room.
Okay.
And I walked out. And she was
of course, she starts saying more than she's meant to. These people never shut up.
I don't know if she's outside or something, but she was not in her room.
Okay.
But that was my room originally.
Okay.
So my suitcase was in there, and I was going to leave. I thought I'm going to pick me up.
Okay.
So I got my suitcase, and I started, I seen just, stuff in there, but I wasn't even really paying attention. I'm putting stuff in the suitcase. This is a suitcase. She started throwing stuff out the suitcase, and I grabbed the suitcase. All I hear is, "Mwah," and then we just start tumbling.
Okay, what do you mean by mwah?
Still staying up late gaming
really need
solo?
YouTube Premium.
With Hacko AI, get the ultimate companion for your...
I really need YouTube Premium. That was an ad.
What?
She hit you on the right side of your face?
No, it was like in my chin, like my braces, my gums are swollen.
Okay.
My gums are not supposed to on my braces. They're not supposed to be up here like this. They're supposed to be diagonal. Okay. And I told him I'm not type of start no shit, but I'm gonna finish it because guess what? I'm gonna leave this bitch. I told her that.
Where did she mush you?
While we was in her room. No, out the door. Right here. Right here. Okay. She mushed me like my mouth like this, but we was already tumbling inside the house. It was two different altercations. We was tumbling inside the house, and when she pushed me, she just locked the door. But I wasn't even gonna go through the back door and just go around. I just told him to come take me and go store some waters.
Okay.
Simple. So when I went in her room, I had stuff in the dresser drawer, so I started putting my stuff in there. So as I was dragging it out the room, she started pulling it back and she started throwing my shit out the bitch. Like, a whole bunch of shit out of it. So as we was throwing it,
you want to keep watching this one? I know this one's a bit slow. You want to watch a different one? You don't care? Okay. So sounds a bit slow, a bit it was actually, I just realized, I just had this other video, not a body cam footage, but there was a different one. Why do AI boomers love slop? Why do boomers love AI boomers? Why do boomers love AI slop? It's actually a decent video, I hope. Looked like one from the few seconds I saw of it. Let's start recording real quick. This video is called Why Do Boomers Love AI Slop by Vin Dalwal. Very interesting name. Oh, so he only has 1,000 subscribers. New channel, I see.
Boomers. AI slop.
New channel, I see.
Boomers. AI slop. A match made in heaven. Like moths to a flame or toddlers to cocomelon, whether it's grandpa sharing cats making dumplings on Facebook or your uncle reposting Trump Jesus on Twitter, I'm sure there's some person overdue for a colonoscopy in your life who has taken a strong liking to the mass-produced synthetic content we call AI slop. But you know, it feels like Gen Z has outwardly hated this kind of content, so what's so different about Gen X and older that they like it? Is it the asbestos? Did it finally get to their brains?
Yeah, I've noticed this. A lot of, I've noticed this trend. I mean, I love AI, right? Not AI slop, but I love AI. But I've noticed a lot of boomers love AI a lot more than the majority of Gen Z and younger people in general.
Maybe, but I think there's something more fundamental happening here. Something rooted deep in the psyche of the aging mind. Something with profound implications for the future as a whole. Before talking about why boomers use AI so much more than younger people, it's important to address the elephant in the room, which is that that's just not true. A 2025 study by Pew Research found that about 64% of US teens, nearly 2/3, have used an AI chatbot in some capacity, and 38% of them have used it to create media. Also,
that's interesting. I wonder if they could be using it in secret while they're hating on it.
So, about 53% of young adults report using AI at least once per day, compared to the 43% reported by people over 50 and 30% by people over 65. So, by the numbers, it seems like we've got it all wrong. Young people are the ones engaging with AI more often. The old folks are just waiting for this fad to pass, unfazed by the newfangled technobabble these whippersnappers are prattling on about. But we know that's not true. I have receipts in the form of hundreds of videos of animated stuffed animals from my grandma that prove otherwise. And I think this is where we have to draw the line between active and passive engagement. Because yeah, the raw percentage of people who create with AI, who actually send prompts to Claude or Gemini, might be skewed towards a younger demographic. These studies don't really consider passive engagement.
Yeah, I guess so. I know a lot of phone assistants now have Gemini or Gemini built in, and for Apple phones it's ChatGPT, and I reckon people will use this a lot more. Or what about I know not many people do programming, but compared to the rest of society, but I know IDEs, which is the code editing software you use to edit and write code. It passively uses AI for most things, even though without actually generating code. Even just the suggestions is smartly prompted with AI. Or even under the hood of Google search, that uses AI to parse through, what your questions are, and then parse it through an AI. Like Gemini, probably just Gemini, or whatever the model they're using, and that gets the Google search results. I'm as far as I'm aware, without even using the AI overview. I'm pretty sure Gemini actually is the model they use to actually provide all the search results to understand your questions better, rather than just a simple indexing.
It's like reposting something that's already been made. After it's been made and enters the wild west of social media, AI-generated content kind of just assimilates itself into the rest of the platform. So you can't really quantify how much these boomers are interacting with synthetic posts rather than something real. But a simple search online is really all you need to realize that the consumption of slop is something predominantly skewed towards two ends of the age demographic spectrum.
Yeah.
Babies and baby boomers.
Yep.
With kids, I'm just going to chalk it up to pretty colors, a non-existent prefrontal cortex, and an undeveloped mental model of what media should look like. But seniors are a different story. These are people with decades more life experience than the youngins. What makes them more inclined to engage with robotic, low-quality, mass-produced content?
How exactly do boomers even think certain things are real when it's clearly AI? Like, it baffles me, because even the most simple things that we think, oh, that's AI slop, boomers a lot of the time won't realize it is, and I don't get how. It defies the laws of physics a lot of the time.
Motivates them to gobble the slop. One obvious reason is that they just don't know that it isn't real. Like, I've heard some theories online that support this. One idea is that older people just aren't as familiar with content on the internet. Young people have a frankly concerning amount of referential data to work with when they're kind of evaluating if a post is AI or not. We have a knowledge base of hundreds of hours of screen time per month, and we have the brain rot to prove it. A lot of boomers, on the other hand, have just outright avoided adopting new tech like smart TVs and use platforms like YouTube to watch normal television instead of what we'd usually consider internet videos, which is probably why Jimmy Kimmel's always trending. So when you bring AI into the picture, it's kind of hard to make sense of it. To them, it might be in the same vein as CGI or even just fancy video editing. When we see these videos, we know something's off. There's an uncanny valley kind of effect. But the uncanny valley only happens if you know what a human should look like. And in the case of AI, it only happens if you know what real content should look like. That's one theory. And another interesting one I came across is one I'm going to call the trust inertia model. Basically, these are people who grew up in a time of institutionalized media. Anything in the paper, anything on TV was monitored, controlled, and most importantly, human generated. Networks made sure that misinformation had consequences, and synthetic content wasn't even possible with the technology they had at the time. Other than the moon landing, we all know that was faked. And
I hope that was a joke. The moon landing clearly isn't fake. It's got a lot of evidence backing up behind it.
And this frame of mind of thinking everything presented to you is true, while flawed even back in the 1900s, is just straight up incorrect in the 21st century. Misinformation is the dominant force online, and digital natives, because of this, have learned to take everything with a massive grain of salt. But media literacy is a skill, one that boomers haven't developed, and that makes them an even bigger target for the slop farms. But is that just it? They just don't know any better? Oh, poor old Nana, can't tell if the shrimp Jesus is real or not. That might definitely be true, and some studies do support it. But other studies suggest that boomers are as good at telling what is AI and what isn't as the general population. Like, sometimes even with higher rates of false positives, meaning that they assumed a real image was AI. But if boomers aren't particularly ignorant of the slop, why does it seem like they're the primary demographic consuming and sharing it? It's because they're the ones engaging with it. Younger people, when they see slop, they generally just scroll past and try and wipe it from their memory, at least I do. But there's something about this content that makes older folks want to engage with it, which in turn...
I've seen this. Actually, he's on a roll. He's actually spot on. My mother uses AI a lot for generating like funny... You can call them. I don't think they're funny, that funny. But my mother, she uses AI a lot to make like cartoonified versions of like dogs, cats, mainly dogs, yeah, and different cartoony animated stuff. And she loves it. She thinks it's cute, and that's fine. But a lot of a lot of young people. Why am I saying young people? I'm a fucking 19-year-old. I'm young, but whatever. I don't know what else word to use. A lot of young people think, like, when they see AI slop, including me, just it get like some sort of disgust reaction. And don't get me wrong, a lot of people just hate on the AI bandwagon, and I love AI. I really do. But there's a difference between using it as like a tool and using it as like a replacement, right? If you're just generating an entire video as slop, that's AI slop. But if you're using it in some sort of artwork as like a minor detail that you couldn't create yourself, like say okay, good example. Some parts of my avatar, right? Okay, so back when I first, like, this was way before, like a year ago, my original avatar on my YouTube channel, like the PNG, not the VTuber one, but my PNG avatar used a bit of AI in the torso. like, you know, the coat and everything, and not like mostly, like it's like it's faded opacity. I faded the opacity a bit, and it's mostly mine, but like a little bit of AI to get the textures right. Now, believe it or not, this is actually the same torso from that, but I actually used a Photoshop tool to actually rotate it in 3D. And so this is my torso of my current avatar is like has like a 30% opacity. I haven't got the file anymore. This was like a year ago, or I don't know where to find it. The file I had, even if I do have it, somewhere on my computer or hard drive. Anyway, it was like a turn down the opacity a bit, and you can see the detail while still you can notice the detail with the turn down opacity of the AI generation, but I did the rest myself. What was my point again? Oh yeah. And a lot of people just hate on the AI bandwagon when they don't even realize a lot of stuff is indeed AI. And the thing is, AI is great if you can use it like I did in a creative sense, and you can use it as a tool to enhance your creativity and your creative vision, but using it to replace it is a different story. That's why, like, as I said, there's a difference between using AI to replace your creativity and using AI to enhance it. It's a very big difference.
Encourages the algorithm to show similar content, which they then continue to engage with, and it just becomes a positively reinforcing feedback loop that outputs to the DMs of the poor souls in their WhatsApp contacts list. There's some innate characteristic of the media itself that engages older people in a way that it doesn't for millennials and younger. But we're all seeing the same slop, so why did they see it differently? There's a psychological principle known as the socio-emotional selectivity theory, which basically describes how the motivations that drive people's behaviors and actions change as they age. As you get older, your time horizon shrinks. You start to realize that there's not a lot of runway left on the track, and then you shift your goals to be more focused on immediate emotional gratification rather than developing your knowledge and improving life in the future. This idea of emotional selectivity was actually seen in the context of technology through smartphone usage. One study found that older adults prioritize the emotional value of phone apps over the actual functionality when compared to the general population. Also, aside from just goal motivation, aging can literally change the way that you see good and bad things. The positivity effect is a phenomenon where, while older people do have a very similar reaction to positive stimuli, they have a very blunted perception of negative stimuli. When presented with negative experiences, older people have less activation in their amygdala and medial prefrontal cortex, the brain regions responsible for anxiety, stress, and some emotional regulation. So getting back on track, what does this have to do with dancing cats on Facebook? Well, you really can't deny that a lot of AI videos are emotionally impactful. You got content ranging from depictions of religious figures, to genuinely disturbing and jarring health animations, to videos so bright and colorful they put Cocomelon to shame. And because of their reduced amygdaloid activation, boomers are less likely to perceive the flaws and negatives of the content. Who cares if Jesus has the wrong number of figures? The second coming has begun. It's a goddamn miracle. Also, one study found that AI-generated content improved older people's short-term mood and caused positive feelings of happiness and nostalgia.
Which I hope everyone can agree that is a positive, whether you like AI or not. Someone getting a mood boost because of what you might not like, that is a positive. Even if as long as it doesn't affect anyone else, in which it doesn't. But a lot of these people don't care, and they see AI bad and they don't like it.
Sentimental and positively valent nature of this media, paired with the elderly inclination to ignore imperfections, makes them particularly effective in reaching the boomers. These posts might not tug at your heartstrings, but to a generation predisposed to preferentially viewing emotionally stimulating content and not yet desensitized to the internet, it's like giving candy to a newborn baby. So that's at least part of the reason why boomers like AI-generated content so much. Slop is literally more impactful to a senior citizen's brain than it is to a younger person. We did it, Watson. We cracked the case. Now let's go block Grandma on Facebook. But alas, there's still one more piece of the puzzle to be solved. Consumption is only half of the story. What about creation?
Oh, yep, sorry. Yes. Oh, that's actually really good. Nice.
It feels like the older demographic are the ones predominantly using AI to publicly create and share synthetic media. I know I said earlier that it's actually
You're better
young
at
people
drawing
who
than me, I tell you
primarily
what. You're way better at drawing than me.
use AI, but from personal experience and
I'm terrible at the details. I'm terrible at details.
reading others' experiences online, it seems like Gen X and above have a tendency to use these generative models in a more social context. Sure, Gen Z and millennials might be the ones dominating usage for themselves or in work and school, but they aren't the ones making comics about their lives and sharing it with friends and family. So why? We can't use the excuse that they don't know what they're doing, they're the ones putting in the prompt. What makes AI-generated media so appealing that in some cases, they're willing to go as far as to leave their digital comfort zone in order to make a funny picture? And of course, once again, it comes back to psychology and goal motivation. There's a framework called the self-determination theory, which suggests 3 fundamental psychological needs for all humans: autonomy, relatedness, and competence. And creating AI slop is surprisingly effective at fulfilling all of those needs. Let's start with autonomy. It's fairly simple. AI gives complete power over the end product. Anything AI generated is essentially infinitely customizable. The creator can execute their will without having to sacrifice control to any other person or institution. Also, before you get mad at me in the comments, for the sake of simplicity, I'm ignoring the inherent guardrails and biases that prevent actual freedom in AI models. Please don't get mad at me. But moving on, we have relatedness.
I'm sorry, that's already, you're too late. You've already, talked about an AI video. You're going to get crazies. People are going to get mad at you, whether you like it or not, unless you 100% agree with them. Doesn't matter if you 99% agree with them, but they're going to get mad at you either way.
Because AI is so customizable, it can be made relatable. You can insert yourself, your friends, your family, everyone, and everything you love into an AI-generated image with just a simple prompt. When you share these with others, it builds social connection whether you like it or not. Just like how you and I might bond over a meme about AI slop, the slop itself enables boomers who don't browse social media for normal memes to bond similarly. But for the most part, this could be said about younger people too. AI gives everyone a sense of autonomy and relatedness, so why is it more attractive to the older generation? Well, there's still one part of self-determination theory to go: competence. You have to realize that these are adults who are just living in a world that digital natives were born in. AI isn't a huge deal to the generation that can use Photoshop, Canva, online meme templates, and other creative digital tools, but it is to the people who were left behind when these platforms came to dominate. More than being able to just control the outcome, being able to use a technological tool like this at all gives the older generation an extreme sense of digital competence. In contrast to this though, these tools kind of do the exact opposite for younger people. Even if we aren't all artists, to some extent we have a level of competence when it comes to creating digital media. Image manipulation, meme making, video editing, all basic skills for the generation born with a phone in their hands. So when we see content that lacks the artistic integrity, the soul, or passion that we're used to seeing and creating ourselves, it's insulting. It actively devalues our own competence. Slop might universally give a sense of autonomy and relatedness.
Yeah, not everybody is artists, and I really like something that Asmongold said once, or a lot of times actually probably, is that not everyone has the time to learn to be an extremely good artist. And that's why AI has actually helped a bridge, and not for people who want to just not for people who want to just replace everything with AI, but use it in a way that enhances your own creativity. Now, if you can make something on your own, if you can make something on your own to a certain point, that's really good. But if you need that little bit of extra that you just can't do, and you don't have the money to pay someone, AI is a great tool to bridge that gap. And as long as I said, as long as you're not replacing the whole thing, and you're just, using it as a tool to enhance yourself, that's a pretty good thing.
But it is entirely dichotomous in terms of giving feelings of competence. Mom spaghetti. Which is why it seems like boomers are so much more excited to share their novel nano banana creations with the world. And honestly, is that so wrong? Sure, it can be annoying and eye-roll inducing, and sure, AI might be a bit harmful for the environment, but on the small scale of a relatable family meme here and there, how bad would it be to let Grandpa enjoy the newfound accessibility of this technology?
Oh no, you just invited the crazies to just harass you in the comments.
Well, while the simple creations that the boomers make and share with friends and family might not be harmful, the sheer accessibility of these tools and the older generation's particular vulnerability to them might be. As generative AI becomes easier to use, more powerful, more widespread, the rates of its use in deception and scams can only increase.
Yes, scams. That is a problem.
And this is particularly dangerous for the
That is indeed a problem.
Population predisposed to enjoying this synthetic content. This is most apparent in Facebook scams. Interacting with any form of artificial media on social platforms, like I mentioned earlier, has a reinforcement effect, where you're more likely to see additional AI slop in your feed moving forward. This is all fun and games when it's silly cat videos and laughing babies, but it's a lot less funny when scammers try and use AI content to attract attention, feign credibility, and extract personal information and sometimes even money from the poor souls who happen to come across it in their feed. Slop is a very sticky spiderweb that baits and traps people not familiar with the dangers of the internet, weaved by scum of the earth who want nothing less than to scam the elderly and the unfortunate. Their trust inertia is turned against them, leading to saddening outcomes, honestly. And this isn't even to mention the non-slop related scams that AI has made so much easier. Seemingly professional chatbots, voice cloning, facial deepfakes, these are all scams that affect not only the boomers, but quite frankly us too. Boomers don't have as deep of an understanding of modern media as the younger generation, are more likely to trust what pops up on their feed, and simply just have a cognitive predisposition to the emotionally charged nature of AI slop. Synthetic content in social media algorithms has a self-reinforcing feedback loop, putting these photos and videos predominantly in front of elderly eyes. And also, on the creation side, older adults are more inclined to share AI-generated content because it fulfills the essential human desires for autonomy, social relatedness, and most importantly, competency. In contrast to the youngins who perceive AI as a competency threat and an insult to creativity, older folk perceive it as more of a competency enhancement. Although the sloppening might seem to just be a little annoying from the surface, the sinister nature of AI-generated media's power on society's most vulnerable reveals a frankly more disturbing reality.
I also think, okay, there's one situation I can think of where that entirely replacing creativity with AI is good. There's one situation I can think of. Creating really good memes that are beyond the scope of what a human can do in a short time. There's been a lot of really good memes and joke songs that I've come across that are really good, but no one would ever create them because it takes too much time to put that much work into a song for it to be so good. And I think that's where AI-generated, mostly AI-generated work can go well, is when it's like mostly, it's like a meme thing or like a joke that a human can't do without tons of effort.
And honestly, it's coming for us too.
Yeah, a good video. I shall link that. Does that. There we go. Yeah, I probably won't make that one into a YouTube video because I didn't actually speak much in that one. I couldn't think of so much to say. Yes, okay, now let's just save. Oh, I've already saved that. Okay, let's save. Let's do that. Let's save this. Okay, there's that. Okay, I think it is time to play something. Yes, indeed. Okay. Let's wait for my controller to connect. Okay. Let's see. Okay, which one? There's two things. Either Mario Odyssey again, or Zelda Wind Waker, which I actually haven't played before. Which one do you think? Which one are we thinking? Zelda Wind Waker or Mario? So Zelda Wind Waker, that's from the GameCube, but I really like. I really like the look of what that looks like, but I've never actually played it. I'm thinking. You know what? Maybe Wind Waker, possibly. Oh wait, have I done the controls for this? I don't think I have. Okay, wait, I need to adjust my emulator. Hold on a second. So we got this. Where's Dolphin emulator? Hold on. Dolphin. Have I... Virtual action sets. Okay. Let's quickly just, where is it? Export layout. Dolphin. I'm gonna see how long you're gonna wait. Emulator. Dolphin emulator. Oh, gamepad. Dolphin emulator. Steam ROM manager. SRM. There we go. New template. Let's export this. Okay. Now I just need to juice. Where's the ROM? Steam ROM manager. Here we are. Okay. Okay, let's see. Where's the GameCube? Yes. Okay. We need templates configuration fetch all templates. PS5 controller. Switch emulation. No, wait. Gamepad, Dolphin emulator, SRM. That should be fine. Okay. Save that. Pause. Save to Steam. Okay, let me just relaunch Steam. Hold on. Exit Steam. Now let's relaunch it. That's the only way how to reload it, to update it. Hold on. Not update Steam, but like update the entries. Okay, now it should have the thingies now. Okay. Waiting for network. Yes, we are. Hey, my VTuber's gone. Where's it gone? Oh. I closed Steam. Whoopsies, that's why. That's why it's gone. Hold on. Launch VTube Studio. I forgot about that. Also, I should change the Twitch category. Hold on a second. Where is thingy? Wait, first I need to just do that. Win hider. Let's hide that. Unhide that. Okay, there's that. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Where's library? Collections, GameCube. Let's see, have I got... Yes, okay. Now, let me just change my Twitch category. Is that it? That one. Let's see, where's my Twitch category? Edit stream info. Search for category. Zelda. Is this one right? Yeah, okay. Zelda Wind Waker. There's that. Okay. Let's get started, hopefully. Oh? Why is there no... Oh shit, wait. Have I got the thingy? I don't think I... Oh. It's on, well, fuck. There's no, Let me see if I can add that cheat thingy. Hold on, wait a second. Let me see if I can add the cheat. Not the cheat, like the... I don't know what it's called. I just need to add the full screen thing, because there's a thing for Dolphin Emulator that you can add the full screen... Actually, shouldn't I just do Ishikura Dolphin? Possibly, because that seems to be better. So we got Dolphin Emulator. Oh, let's do Ishikura Dolphin instead. Hold on. It's a bit delayed. Wait a second. I should have set this up previously, because I didn't know. I was only decided Wind Waker on last minute. GameCube. Let's see. ROMs directory. No, that's fine. Dolphin EXE. No, we want... Dolphin process. This one, right? It's that one. Start here. Let's save that, hopefully. Add games. Save to Steam. Okay, there's that. Okay, let's try again. Wait, I just need to... Wait, let me first launch Oshikura Dolphin just to make sure the thing is indeed, Oh, I can't because I haven't... Okay, never mind. I just realized. I'm stupid. I just realized I can't do Ishikura Dolphin because I haven't... Actually, yes. Actually, I should be able to, actually. I just need to convert the thing. Hold on. This... I should have set this up before. I'm so stupid. Okay, we'll see. Let's open Ishikura Dolphin. Okay. I need... No, we need to open regular Dolphin first. Where is it? Steam, fuck's sake. Okay. No, fuck. What? Why is it not... I'm so confused. Wait. Is that... Non-Steam... Dolphin Emulator? Okay. Fuck off, I don't care. I should be able to convert it to... where is it? So we get this. That's Skyward Sword. Convert file to... What one is this? Wait. Twilight Princess, that's a... Oh, you convert it to GameCube thing. I don't know. Okay. Wait, where is it? Convert file to GameCube Z, I think that's it. Is that ROMs GameCube? No, wait. Is that it? No. Where is it? Where did I save them last time? I can't remember. You got Wii, no. Oh, wait, this is the one. Okay. Converting. Okay. Hopefully. You're gonna go now? It's 5 AM? Oh, okay. See ya. Have a good one. See ya, then. There's that. Okay. Okay. Now, is this gonna detect it? I have no idea. Oh, do I need to convert it to ISO? Hold on. That's okay. So that's there. That means also set it up for next time. Properties, that's fine. Patches. Where is... Widescreen, here we go. Is that... I think so, right? Okay, is that... I also think I already did that with this, right? Widescreen, okay. Fine. There's that. Just make sure it launches. Let me close this. No, wait, I've already done that, didn't I? No, I can't remember. No, I didn't. Okay, let's close. Exit Steam. Okay. Let's try again. I don't know. Should I end stream here? I think. Oh shit! I forgot about video recording. Whoopsies. Okay, there's that. Okay, secure though. No. Library collections. Oh. What? There's my GameCube games. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna end. I think I shall end the stream here. It's been a good one. I shall catch you all next stream, hopefully. See ya. Have a good one.